This home that we're about to walk has a view from the second floor study. In the study and throughout the home, we have floor to ceiling glass, we have tall ceilings, and then wait until you see the balcony and the backyard. If you like walkthroughs of unique custom homes, then you'll want to stick around for this one. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here. I'm a realtor in Central Texas, but you shouldn't always use me as a realtor. Today we're walking through a custom home that is over 6,300 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. We're sitting on just over an acre, and this home was built back in 2021 by RC Homes. And as you can tell, as soon as you get in through the driveway, you have that massive tree that's in the center. The driveway wraps around it. You have garages on either side. And as soon as you walk in the front door, we are met with windows everywhere. Now, we'll go through each room in detail. You'll see that balcony and second floor study again. We'll see a game room that opens up to the backyard, and wait until you see the primary bathroom in this home. There is so much to see in this one, and I think each part of this home is unique in its own way. So I'm excited to walk you through all of it. And what we're gonna do is start off in the kitchen. And while we head over there, I do wanna give credit to the listing agent, Stuart Watkins at Douglas Elliman Real Estate. I do appreciate Stuart allowing me to put this video of this home on my channel. I love showcasing what's possible, especially in the hills of Lakeway, Texas. And we're right on the border of Lakeway and Austin, Texas. So we'll get into a little bit more about that later on in the video. Starting off in the kitchen, I love the look that they have here where you have very clean cut lines. It feels very modern. And then they have a mix of industrial design elements in here, like those black beams running across the ceiling. Absolutely love this waterfall countertop. It's so thick, and the veins running through it provide this fantastic contrast. So as soon as I walked in the front door, this was one of the first things I noticed, other than the amazing view and all the windows that we saw there. There's some great touches here in the kitchen. That continues here with a Wolf gas stovetop. They extended the countertop up as the backsplash. They have a pot filler here, and there are just so many great design elements in the kitchen, and the flow of this space complements those design selections. So if you look in front of us, you have that open stairwell, so you still have exposure to all those windows that were right ahead of the front door. You have windows in front of us just beyond this kitchen island that look out to an outdoor pool table. So even in the kitchen where there are nothing but rooms surrounding us, it still feels very open, and you still have a lot of access to windows. Now, I thought the pantry would be behind the kitchen. I was wrong. It's actually through this hidden doorway, which looks like a cabinet. And then as soon as you push it open, you're met with a second dishwasher, another sink. You have room on the right side here for another refrigerator. I like even the floating shelves above the sink, just keeps it very open, and lots of room for storage in here. In fact, even behind me, you could probably add some shelves, some more storage, because it's a very big room. Moving on, I want to show you the sitting room that's just beyond this kitchen island, and then we're going to head outside, and I can't wait for you to see the backyard. In the sitting room, I feel like there's a lot of flexibility here. You could put maybe like a small table, like a breakfast nook area. Online, I'm looking at the pictures. They have a couple sofas facing each other with a coffee table in between. There are quite a few things you could do in this room, but I would highly recommend keeping it somewhat open, because if you're entertaining, you have a lot of people over your home, you want to give access to this sliding glass door to be able to get to your backyard, because this is an entertainer's dream back here. You have a pool with a sitting area next to it, surrounded by turf. If you see that dark accent wall, the pool actually goes underneath that accent wall to the porch area of the primary bedroom. So we'll definitely see that later on in the video. On the right side of this backyard, you have this outdoor pool table on top of this patio. I love the ceiling design that they have in here. And then I like how they put the grill and the outdoor kitchen area secluded on the right side. And what's so unique about this is you can cook here, do all your grilling, and then if you want to eat inside, you have this window where you can just open it up, and that looks into a game room that is open to the second story. So we haven't seen that yet either, but when we get inside, I think you'll see that this home was very well thought out, not just from a design standpoint where they threw a bunch of great design elements in there. I think they really focused in on the functionality of this home. How would somebody enjoy this space? And I think on this side, having the grill area right off of that indoor game room was very smart. having the main living area right in the center of the home with all those windows to really get that view of the greenery that's behind this home. And then they have that private porch in the back there beyond that accent wall, and again, that's right off of the primary bedroom. So a lot of different areas in this backyard that I think you can enjoy, including this sitting area right off of the pool. I think this was such a great idea, especially just right off of the hot tub. Sometimes you just want to get off the pool, relax, dry off. There's a good sitting area to do this in. If you're here late at night and you don't want to swim, you can just turn on a fire here, roast some marshmallows, hang out with friends. Such a cool area. What it also reminded me of was one of those sunken living rooms that they used to build in the 1950s or 60s. And if you know what I'm talking about, that sunken living room, then definitely drop a comment. I want to hear from you and what your take is on those sunken living rooms that we used to build back in the day. That's why I love walking these homes. It's so interesting seeing homes evolve and also walking these custom homes and getting a unique take on what they valued building on this lot. Now we're gonna get back into the home, take a look at the dining room next, and there's still a lot to see on this first story. And by the end of this video, I do want to hear from you in the comments on what your favorite part was. I would say right now, the backyard is definitely in my top 3, but there's still a lot to see here, like this dining room. I love what they did here where they have floor-to-ceiling glass looking out to the front of the home where you get a lot of privacy because of the amount of space that's on the front yard. I love the wooden accent ceiling design that they have there that slopes upward, just opens up this space so much. And then I'm pretty sure every single seat at the dining table that would be here has some sort of view, whether that's a view off the front yard, looking out at that massive tree, or to the backyard beyond that open stairwell. And even looking at the inside of the home, you have this custom wine wall. I know it's not looking the part, there's no wine in here, but if you can imagine so many different bottles of wine on this wall inside this glass enclosed case, it just provides that perfect accent to this dining room. I even like how they put a sliver of the countertop here if you want to really feature something on this side, or even a little bit of artwork in there. You could do so much, and that's the beauty of this, is it's a blank canvas. You have a lot of great design elements in here, but you could still make this home yours with great interior design items. And I will showcase that. I'll post some pictures of the listing photos that show this home stage with artwork on the walls. I think it looks very different. It shows you what's possible in a custom home like this. Moving on, we are in one of 5 full bathrooms that are in the home, and this specific bathroom has great design touches like the dark tile that's running all the way up to the ceiling. But again, I like the functionality. So they put this exterior door to get out to your backyard. So that same outdoor pool table area, the pool, all that back there is so accessible to this full bathroom. So if you just want to hop right into the shower, or you have a guest that needs to use the bathroom, they can come right in here, and you can also access this full bathroom from inside the home. And the design keeps hitting here. You have that same tile they used in the walk-in shower. You have a floating sink. I love the contrast that's in here, where you have dark colors on the walls, light colors on the floor, fantastic contrast, and that full bathroom is right off of this game room area. So if you recall, beyond those windows is that grill and outdoor kitchen area. In this game room, we're open to the second story where you have these huge windows, lots of space, and even on the inside of this game room, you have this garage door on the left side that you open it up, and I love how this interior space feels like it's a part of the outdoor space. And I love it when homes have that great combination and also have functionality, which we keep coming back to. This is, like I mentioned earlier, an entertainer's dream, where if you can imagine just a lot of couches in here, you have speakers on the wall behind us, you already have electrical to hang a TV. So you just have so much here to just enjoy the indoor and outdoor space, and it all feels combined into one. Okay, let's keep moving on here and just cover a couple more rooms that are on this side of the kitchen, and then there's a workout room that we're gonna get to after this that I'm excited for you to see. It actually opens to the garage area, and I think it's very unique. But before we get there, I want to show you this utility room. As you see, they have great built-in cabinetry in here. I like how the veins running through the floor tile are matching up with the hardware on the cabinets. And just off of this utility room is going to be one of the bedrooms downstairs. Now the primary bedroom is downstairs, but this is not the primary bedroom. It's a spare bedroom that does have an in-suite full bathroom. Now I like the location of this bedroom. It's on the opposite end of the home compared to the primary bedroom, which we'll see later on in the video. I do like the privacy that's built in here. So if you can imagine having somebody staying with you, like parents, somebody elderly that you don't want going up and down the stairwell, and you want them staying with you for weeks, possibly months, it's really nice to give them their own space and their own section of the home. And I think that's what they did in here. Now, as you can tell, they have a theme going on here where in the bathrooms, the wall tile seems to be this darker wall tile. I like how they use like a lighter grout to outline that tile. Very cool design element. And then on the floor tile, it's always this light and bright floor tile that contrasts the wall tile. And they do that, I think they do that in almost all their bathrooms, but we'll see here. And then it does have a walk-in closet on the inside. And I think almost every closet has built-ins within the closet, which is great, makes it much easier to use that space. Now, what I didn't show you in this room is they do have motorized roller shades. So I will show you that in the primary bedroom where they have a ton of windows off the back wall that look out to the pool. And I'll show you those motorized roller shades. Now, covering the rest of this area, I mentioned it earlier, there are a lot of rooms around the kitchen. So I love how you still have so much natural light hitting you in the kitchen with so many rooms around it. One of those rooms is going to be this mud room. So they have a mud bench on the left side, and that's because one of the garage access ways is in front of us. Off of that garage entrance ray is a storage space. And then we have a 2-car garage on this side of the home. But keep in mind, it's actually a 4-car because there's a separate 2-car garage that we'll see later on in the video on the other side of the home. Now, before we get to the other bedroom that's here, we have 3 bedrooms downstairs, 2 bedrooms upstairs. We have this workout room area, and I thought this was quite the surprise. I walked in here thinking it would be maybe access to a separate storage area in the garage. I like how they sectioned it off, put a sliding glass door so it feels open to the rest of the garage. And then if you just needed a space for like a treadmill or a Peloton, this would be the space for it. And they actually have a wall air conditioning unit to keep that place cool. And I think that's really important for a lot of people moving to Texas, especially if they're moving from up north. A lot of people think that they can just work out in their garage and maybe just insulate the garage so when it's cold in the winter, you're fine. I don't think you need to worry about the cold here. You need to worry about the hot, because in the summer, it's brutal trying to work out in your garage area. And I think having that space is really important. Moving on, we are in another spare bedroom downstairs. So this is not the primary bedroom. What we're looking at is an in-suite full bathroom with a couple vanities. We've got a walk-in shower on the right side here. What I like from a design standpoint is they extended the tile on the floor into the floor of the walk-in shower. So it makes all that space feel like one space. And I actually just had somebody close on a home that did that in their bathroom, where when you first walk in, that tile extends all the way out and you're looking at the walk-in shower when you first walk in, and it just all feels like one continuous space. So very cool design element where when you keep one consistent flooring in an area, it does make a big difference in how you feel in that space. Okay, we're gonna head over to the left side of the home, so that completes the right side of the home. Now we're gonna get over to the living room. There's a media room. There's that primary bathroom, which I can't wait for you to see. It's incredible. So there's still a lot to see here. While we head over in that direction, I do want to talk about the area that we're in. So we're located in Lakeway, Texas. Lakeway is a suburb just west of Austin, Texas. And the great part about this suburb is it has rolling hills, lots of greenery, has the Colorado River running through. And if you want a good glimpse of that, I'll take my drone up in the air towards the end of this video, and I'll show you how close we are to all of those things. Colorado River, hills, even restaurants, shops. It's quite the combination here where you have this amazing home that, as you can see there, open to the second story in that stairwell area, open to the second story here in the living room. So I think the home speaks for itself. But in addition to this great home, you have this fantastic location. Getting back into the home, this is going to be that main living area. You could fit quite a bit of furniture in here. I know it's empty again. You see that floor outlet on the right side. So I think you could have a couch running along that sliding glass door, a little bit off of it, obviously, to give it some room. Another one on this side. And I think you'd still have plenty of room for even a couple more chairs that would be facing to these two couches. Now, right off of the sliding glass doors, the pool starts. So it feels like you're right next to the pool, even when you're just sitting in this living room area. And if you can imagine just keeping those doors wide open, especially if you're entertaining, you're having a party, people are coming and going. It's nice to just keep those open, especially on a really nice day. In the living room, what I like here are the trends in windows and the ventilation that's painted black there. Keep in mind to be able to get tall ceilings in some of these areas while still running ventilation to all rooms that are considered livable square footage, like the primary bedroom in front of us, you have to have that ventilation going through something, either the ceiling and the ceiling's cut off, or if you have that open to the second story, I think it's fine to just paint that ventilation that's running through there, because it might stand out when we're walking through the home completely empty because there's nothing else to look at. But once you put furniture and artwork on the walls, I don't think it stands out as much. What does stand out though is when you come into this primary bedroom, it opens up so well. We have a sliding glass door here. You have that pool running underneath that accent wall I was telling you about earlier. So you have your own private porch right off of your primary bedroom. You also have motorized rolling shades, which you're gonna see go down here once I click the right button. And then when we come back into this primary bedroom, I love what they did where the accent wall out in the pool continues inside the home with the accent wall on the right of this bedroom. And I'll give you a better look at that once we come back into this room from the primary bathroom. But I just have to show you this primary bathroom because it's one of the most unique bathrooms that I've seen in a while. As soon as we walk in, you have these 3 tall mirrors. So if you need to check yourself out before you head out for the day, you can easily do that right here. As we walk out to the main part of the primary bathroom, everything opens up so well. You have this massive walk-in shower that has trends and windows throughout it. You got a freestanding tub, 2 vanities on either side, and cabinetry everywhere. Apologies for the flickering light, just bear with me. It looks like they had a couple lights flickering in here, but I think if you can see past that into the design in here, it's incredible. They match the countertops with this very cool hexagon tile. I like how it bleeds out into that main flooring. When we walk out of this primary bathroom, you'll see that main flooring continues into the primary bedroom. And I like how they had a continuous flooring pattern. It just makes the space feel so much bigger. But then they broke it up here with this hexagon tile in this massive walk-in shower. They did tile on the ceiling, on the walls, around the window that's here that opens up to the rest of the bathroom. They extended the countertop into the bench seating on both sides of the walk-in shower. So many great design upgrades in here. And what I think they took to the next level of all things were 2 commodes. So there's 1 commode on this side and there's a second commode on this side. I'm trying to think if I've seen 2 commodes in a primary bathroom before, and I can't remember the last one I've seen. So that is definitely one of a kind. Let me know in the comments if you need 2 commodes in your primary bathroom, or let me restate that. Let me know if you want 2 commodes in your primary bathroom, because nobody needs that, right? And then on this side, they have plumbing and ventilation, which I'm assuming is for in-suite laundry. So usually they have like a small units that you can put a dryer on top of a washer or something like that. And I believe that that's what that was for. On this side, we have the primary closet, which is huge. I love this cabinetry, which breaks up the space on this side where everything else around here is white. And then they have this built-in cabinetry where it does have the soft close. The kitchen, by the way, also had soft close, and you just pressed on those kitchen cabinets and they popped out. I forgot to show you that in the kitchen, so by the end of this video, I'll definitely get back there and show you that, because I thought that was cool. And lots of great built-ins, a ton of space here in this closet, and I like how there's 2 ways to get in and out of this closet, and it goes right back out to those mirrors that we saw at the beginning. Okay, so that was the primary bathroom. By the end of this video, again, I want to know, did they hit that primary bathroom out of the park? And was it your favorite part, or was there something else? Now, there's still quite a bit to see, but I did want to show you, again, this accent wall, which continued outside, which I thought was such a cool custom touch in here. And as we head outside, I want you to notice the windows. Take a look at how much windows hit you as soon as you come around a corner of really any part of this house. There's just windows everywhere, and I think this is the feeling that I want people to experience themselves in person, because I try to pan up and down and side to side as much as I can. But at the end of the day, walking these homes in person, that feeling that you get, it's hard to describe. And that's why I love real estate. I enjoy so many people reaching out to me through YouTube, and they're thinking about moving to Austin from out of state. And when we walk these homes in person and they deliver, and they even exceed the expectations that most people have, that's probably the most special part of what I do, is walking these homes and getting that wow factor from people as they walk through them. Now, we saw that, I call it a media room, but you could really use that room, which we went around the other side through the hallway to get here. But you could use that as just like a separate hangout area. There's quite a bit of flexibility there. And then here's another mud bench, because on this side would be access to another 2-car garage. Now, in this 2-car garage, they have a golf cart. That's not included in the home, but I will say golf carts are becoming very, very handy and useful for people that are buying in communities like this. Because if you want to go to your neighbor's place that has a pool, or you want to go to an amenity center that has a pool, you don't want to get your car wet, and you just need something quick to drive to an area that's relatively close by, but you don't want to walk there, I'm finding so many people buying golf carts. In fact, I just had somebody close last week. One of the first things they bought when they got in their home was a golf cart, and they took it right to the amenity center, went swimming, came back on the golf cart, and it was so much fun, especially if you have kids that are maybe not old enough to drive yet, but are old enough to operate like one of those golf carts. Definitely a lot of fun for them, that's for sure. Okay, let's head upstairs, and I'm really excited to show you this. So there is a reason why I started off the video with this, because this is what makes it feel like a custom home. As soon as you get to the top of the stairwell, you have this glass enclosed office or study. When you walk in here, everything still feels very open, obviously because it's just glass as the majority of your walls. And I think if you put your desk in the center here, and it just looks out to that second floor balcony, you really catch a view. And this is one of those things also that I love seeing people's faces walking something like this in person, because you can see that hillside that's miles away in the distance right from your computer desk. And I'm even just kneeling a little bit to give you the full experience, because I know there's so many people that are working from home or partially working from home. And I think when you're taking a Zoom call and that's beyond your computer, that is amazing, seeing that right off your shoulder. Now, once you get out of the study, you're met with all these windows off the front of the home, off the back of the home. We will get back out to that second floor balcony where I'll show you the view, and it looks down into the backyard. But first, I want to show you this bedroom. So we have 2 bedrooms upstairs, and this is one of them. And while we go through this, I wanted to explain custom home lots so you have an idea of what this looks like compared to other walkthroughs that I have on my channel that are more model home walkthroughs for a specific builder. When you build custom, obviously there's a lot more room for customization, hence the name. And I think if you're looking for lots, there are so many different lots that are out in the hill country of West Austin. Those same hills go all the way from really Northwest Austin, all the way down to Southwest Austin, all the way down to North San Antonio. So there are so many different options for building up from scratch and building on your own lot. There are also tons of different custom home builders for that reason. Now, if you are trying to decide between building custom or building with a production home builder, before you start looking at all sorts of different homes out there, I think the big difference that should be identified are the structural upgrades that are within a home. If you're somebody that wants a very particular flow of a space, you want a certain room in a certain area, and you have a lot of requirements around the flow of the space, that's usually going to be more custom than anything. And the simple reason why is with a production home builder, the biggest difference with them is they have set plans. Within those plans, they have set structural upgrades, like maybe adding a media room or a 5th bedroom and bathroom, or adding a 2nd floor balcony. But you can't deviate beyond those structural upgrades that they already have in place. And that's the tough part. So if you're really particular with your flow of the space, in most cases, if you have the budget for it, that's where you want to build custom. From a design standpoint, you obviously get more options at custom, but I think for the most part, good production home builders have great design studios. So I think you can get away with a great design even with a production home builder. And if you need help with that, reach out to me. My info is in the description of this video. I've represented buyers with 18 different production home builders just in the last 2 years. So I know the good, I know the bad, and I know the differences between production home builders and custom home builders. And this is another big difference. I don't think I've ever seen anybody outside of custom do floor to ceiling glass like that all looks out to this greenery and this view. This is simply amazing. And I do recognize there are neighbors back there, but I think you have enough greenery back here that gives you privacy. And I'll tell you, that view that looks out to the hills all the way back there, my camera does a good job for, if you're looking at this virtually. I think it's probably the best visual virtually, not patting myself on the back. But I am telling you though, when you get back out here and for the first time you walk out to this balcony, it is breathtaking. The idea that you can sit back here, enjoy a cup of coffee, or after a long day, just come back out here, enjoy the greenery, enjoy the view. That is amazing. And that's what I don't think my camera does any justice. And I don't think anything can. You just have to experience this yourself and walk out to second floor balconies. And that's exactly what people do when they reach out to me. I tend to focus on views a lot just because a lot of my clients want to see them. And so I post more and more about views and great lots, and they want more and more of it. And they always ask me, well, where can you get these places? And my answer is obviously different for everyone because everybody has different criteria for their location and their home. But I think it's surprising for most people that this is possible in the middle of Texas. And I know it was for me. I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. It was actually 2 hours north of Philadelphia. And where we lived, there wasn't a huge population. So there were just nothing but rolling hills, tons of greenery. And I really took it for granted because obviously I was a kid. My head was always in sports and just having fun and not recognizing where I lived because I didn't know what else was out there. Now, as a young kid, I did travel to Dallas and Houston a lot. It felt a lot different than what I experienced as an adult coming to Austin, because not ragging on Dallas or Houston, they're great places, but they're relatively flat and they don't have the greenery and the beauty that's out here. And they're great cities, don't get me wrong. My wife and I moved here from Houston many years ago. My wife's from Dallas, so we've been back and forth between all these cities in Texas. And so if you are looking at any of these cities, reach out to me. I'm always happy to hop on the phone and give you the pros and cons of each city, and even connect you with a great realtor if you are looking at other cities like Dallas and Houston. Now, what I will say as a summary is very few places look like this that back up to greenery and hills and the Colorado River. You're going to see that here in about a minute where I take my drone up in the air. Before I forget though, I had to show you this kitchen cabinet because I missed it when we were there in the kitchen earlier in the video. A lot of people ask me, well, how can you open up all those kitchen cabinets if there are no hardware on the kitchen cabinets? And the way you do it is you just press in on the cabinet and it pops out. And I thought this was so cool, where you just press on the cabinet, it pops out, and then you just, with some force, close it and it has a soft close. And so each of these cabinets work like that, and that's why there's no hardware here. Now, I know you waited to see that in the kitchen to make sure how the cabinets work, but all joking aside, I think this is what you're waiting for. Okay, we're gonna go right over this tree and the home, and I have to say, when you pull around in this cul-de-sac to this home, it is epic. You just see this home open up, you have that giant tree in the front. It just feels so unique, so custom. And then as you drive around this area, you got hills, you have the Colorado River in the back. There are different restaurants and shops either off the river or behind us, which we'll get to next, is the heart of Lakeway, where they have nothing but restaurants, shops, groceries. To kind of give you an example of that, there is a restaurant called the Grove Wine Bar and Kitchen. Now, they have a few different locations in the Austin metro area. One of them is in another suburb called Cedar Park, which is north of here. And what's funny is my wife and I live closer to that Grove Wine Bar, where it's about 15 minutes drive. Here it's about 30 minutes drive, but we still come out to this area because the Grove Wine Bar in Lakeway has this amazing view that looks out for miles and miles and miles. And so if you're ever visiting or if you live here, check that out. I think you'll be blown away. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you shouldn't always use me as a realtor, and I simply said that because I'm not the best realtor for everyone. I'm really focused on new construction, newer types of homes in certain areas of the Austin metro area. But if you reach out to me, if I don't think I'm the best realtor for you, I will get you connected with the best realtor that knows your criteria inside and out, has past experience with that criteria, and can help you in your path to buying your new home. So either way, reach out to me. My info's in the description of this video. Want to give one more shout out to Stuart Watkins at Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Thank you, Stuart, again for allowing me to put this video on my channel. And then if you can't get enough of these walkthroughs, you want to see another home with an amazing view, well, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. And I do want to hear from you. So I read every comment. I want to hear from you on what your favorite part was of this home. And as always, I hope this helps. Take care, everyone.